guys, I have yet to see a video on YouTube or anywhere on actually how to get this off. Probably because they have the same problems I did getting it off. This is on my 2004 Nissan Frontera, 2-wheel drive. Ball joints went out. There's the old one right here. Ball joint blew out. Truck's all over the road, but I saw it, so I wanted to do it. Best way to do it was to buy the whole control arm. Got it from Amazon, $100 for 2 of them. It does take a little bit of patience to get them out. My hardest part was the actual bolts that hold the control arm, front and the back. Front one, unless you have an impact in the air, you're going to be struggling. I used the jack on my ratchet to get it out, to break them loose, and then finally got it out. But everything does come apart. You have to take the torsion bar loose back there at the tightener, and then up here you have to use a lot of power lube. Where's that? Right there. But I just want to let everybody know that it does come apart because it takes patience. If you got an impact, it helps out a whole lot. So use an impact if you can get a hold of one, a good one, not your rigid impact, which helped out on a lot of stuff. But for the most part, I had to use the jack to break these 2 bolts right here. That's the torsion bar bolt. It goes inside of the torsion, or inside of the this right here. And you put it on, and that's what holds it. As you can see, some of this all looks new. I think it's just because of the way it is designed, it stays clean. But my truck is not from up north. If your truck is up north in the salt, where you go mudding every day, you're going to have an issue. But I didn't have any issues. In fact, I had everything apart in like less than 30 minutes, except for the 2 bolts that actually hold it on. The front one was the pain. I stripped 2 bolts, broke 2 wrenches, finally used some, I knew I was going to need an impact, but I didn't have any, but I looked around, I found some impact sockets and a ratchet, and I used the jack to break it loose, and finally get off. While I'm on here, I'm going to replace everything, like the sway bar bushings, the new Moog arms come with it already on there. These are the new Moog arms. Make sure you inspect them when you get them coming in the mail, because mine, because they're on both sides, you have the ball joint on one side and the shock mount on the other. Shipping is not the best on these. You can see on the boxes, both of them, there's a hole on both sides where those poke through and bounce down the line at the shipping department. These were bent all the way over. I called Moog and they said they advised to send them back, but I was like, no, I bet I can bend it. So I bent it back. I painted them. I only had some paint that matched my wheels on my truck, but I bent them back, painted them, so now they won't rust. And then the ball joint was all mushed over at one time. It was all the way to one side because it had been bouncing down the line, but everything was still good. Council nut's still good. This comes off. I wasn't too sure. I called Moog this morning, or I chatted with them online. They said no, it's just a protective dust boot. To be honest with you, that would be a great option if they could leave. You could leave that on there, because it would help protect the boot. I bet somebody's done this and they're like thinking I'm an idiot, but this is the first time I've tackled something like this. Don't really need that on there now because I'm just going to put it on. I wasted an hour trying to get these 2 bolts loose on the actual bolts that hold the control arm. But I've yet to see this on YouTube anywhere of how to take this portion out. Take this out of here. It always says you just got to do it. I always see a write-up, but I don't ever see no pictures or a video. So I wanted to post this. Of course, follow all your safety rules, all that good stuff. And I know there's probably a legal disclaimer on that kind of crap, but I got jack stand, 1, Harbor Freight, works well. Car hasn't fallen on me yet. I'm not done yet. I'll post another video if it falls on me. But using a Harbor Freight jack too. I love these things. They look good and they work. So even got Harbor Freight sockets. Well, you got some Craftsman's over there, but don't worry about those. But yeah, everything looks good. Eventually, I'm gonna do the top, and I'm gonna do these right here. But for right now, I'm just gonna try to get this one on because I wasted a bunch of time. My day off, so. But also bought these HIDs, or not HIDs, but LED headlights for my truck. These are the factory headlights. I've just cleaned them up. But I don't know if you can see in there. It's red. I bought these. They're Optic 7 or Opt 7 LEDs. They work awesome. They work even better if it was projector lights. If they were projector lights, they'd work even better. But they're not. But these LEDs are super bright. I think they're 3,500 lumens a piece, and they're low and high beam. I found some projectors that they say will work in here. They're $27 on Amazon, but you have to split your light apart and put them in there. But I may tackle that. But for right now, these work awesome. If you guys are ever worried about doing that, and they were plug and play. You just put them in. That's it. Turn them on. Well, guys, I hope that if I added some help to guys that are wanting to tackle this in their driveway or in their garage. Again, this bolt right here goes inside of the control arm, but you gotta have a control arm on there. You put the bolt in, and then this slides in behind it. What I did was when I took it out, this bolt was in here in the control arm. Obviously, the control arm would be there. And what I did was I put the nut on the other side, and then I banged it out, and it pushed that out. And I didn't even have to. I could have done it with this right here. I could have banged this out. I just went like this, and it came all the way out. So hopefully I can figure out. And obviously you're supposed to be able to change this right here, but I didn't order that, and it didn't come with the new one, so I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it was all my ball joint right there. Piece of crap. But yeah. So good luck, guys. If you got any questions, ask me. I don't care.